Another rumor claims Kathleen Kennedy is now gone from Lucasfilm. So how many times have I heard this particular rumor or a piece of news that came from influencers with internal contacts? This must be about a millionth time now. Well, hello there, my dear friends, and welcome to yet another video. Well, these scoops are always making me laugh, my dear friends. Do you know why? Because we have heard about this rumor, we have heard this quote-unquote news for about a million times. Kathleen Kennedy leaves Lucasfilm. Kathleen Kennedy has got the last chance to make all things right, or else there is a struggle within Lucasfilm, and Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are fighting against Kathleen Kennedy. Do you honestly believe any of these rumors? And even if this were true, let us consider, quite theoretically now, if this was true, what do you expect would happen if Kathleen Kennedy left the position of the boss of Lucasfilm? What did you expect? A sudden glorious return to the old and original canon? Do you expect that every single piece of shite that was produced by Disney will be retconned, and that the company will return to the expanded universe, and that suddenly they will adapt the Thrawn trilogy and duology by Timothy Zahn? Just what do you expect? The second coming of Christ? Now, please, come on, don't be naive. Even if Kathleen Kennedy left her position as the president, or whatever she is, of Lucasfilm, she would most certainly retain a position in that company, whether publicly or not, but she would still be there. They would not get rid of her completely. And then they would never ever whatsoever abandon what they have established right now for themselves, bad as it is. They are not going to admit mistake. They are not going to admit that they were wrong and that a lot of their project has lost money and is not popular at all. So, no, this is not going to happen. But let us dive into the article by bounding into comics, who said what, and then I will tell you something more about it. So, another rumor claims Kathleen Kennedy is now gone from Lucasfilm. Sure. Another rumor is making the rounds that Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy is now gone from Lucasfilm. This latest rumor comes from Twitter scooper TwipT, or is it Thwip? Who writes, I am hearing Kathleen Kennedy is now gone from Lucasfilm. The scooper has been right on a number of previous scoops, including Nicolas Cage appearing as Superman in the Flash film, that a Harry Potter TV series was in development at HBO Max, Andy Serkis would appear in Andor, and more. Following this rumor that Park Place investigative journalist Jonas J. Campbell relayed on the WDW Pro that sources informed him that the word from Burbank is that it was very late night there, and that there are factions forming underneath Alan Bergman and Dana Walden, the head of Disney Studios, to say that there are two factions forming that are fighting over this exact issue, whether it is marketing or the quality of the film. It's the same thing over and over again, isn't it? An internal struggle, two teams. Yeah. WDW Pro then posited, it is our understanding based on this source and other sources that we have that Alan Bergman's camp, they are not fan of Lucasfilm as it is currently constituted. The Bergman camp is not a fan of Kathleen Kennedy and is pushing potentially for Kathleen Kennedy to leave, and leave soon. Alright. He continued, we believe that Dana Walden is potentially in favor of Kennedy staying, and in favor of this marketing be damned kind of approach where they say, it was the commercials, it was the trailers, they did not do a good enough job explaining what this film was. And that's a poor excuse, by the way. Nobody knew what Star Wars was in 1977. Nobody knew what they were going to see. Nobody knew what they were going to watch. Everybody was astounded, The word of mouth went around, and it became a worldwide phenomenon overnight. What you do need is a quality product, and it'll sell itself. So that's bad marketing. Is not really a relevant excuse. And it continues. At the end of the video, WDW Pro did hedge. We are waiting to see what happens. We do not have concrete evidence that Kathleen Kennedy is gone. But there is smoke. There is growing billows of smoke. And don't be surprised, folks, if in a month, 2 months, things are beginning to happen at a rapid pace. This cannot continue. All right, so things will happen. Oh my God. But, so once again, what? We will win? Who do you want to win over? I have heard this sentence too many times lately. We will win. Who are you fighting with? Are you leading some sort of sacred war against huge corporations? And you expect to win? Good luck. These scoops or rumors come on the heels of YouTuber John Campea, somebody, who claimed in November 2022 that a source informed him that Kennedy would be removed following the release of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I love all these influencers and YouTubers with their internal contacts. Campea said, "This is what I have heard. I have heard that the decision to remove Kathy Kennedy has already been made and that she will be gone either sometime before or very, very shortly thereafter the release of Indiana Jones 5. He added, "Now, I want to be very, very clear here. I cannot independently say to you and confirm that this is a fact. I will say that one of the two people that have contacted me has a 1000% average on the things they've informed me of." And that's a huge percentage, isn't it? Usually we just say 100%, but yeah, whatever. And it continues. WDW Pro that Park Place had previously claimed in July 2022 that Kennedy would exit the company in late 2023 after the release of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. He wrote, "What I had been hearing for years is that Kathleen Kennedy wants to finish Indiana Jones 5 and she wants to continue having Star Wars influence." He later noted, "I think that Kathleen Kennedy may finally sunset her obligations at that point. It will likely be late 2023, and of course plenty can change between now and then." So, and it continues. Making Star Wars' Jason Ward also claimed Kennedy would exit the company following the 5th Indiana Jones film. A recap of Ward's paywalled podcast was shared to Reddit by user blah-li-ra-ri-ra-ri-ra, and it's all just rumors by different influencers and people on the internet and interwebs. But once again, yeah, I mean, what do you think will happen? If you have, well, never mind. The gist of the matter is, you remove Kathleen Kennedy, Disney Star Wars will not suddenly get better. I swear, nor will the new Indiana Jones. And that's all. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Namarie.